Hey everyone! So today's video is finally the doll video I mentioned in my past two videos for the past 2 months because I can't multitask. So basically, I think after a comics related YouTube search, I'm not sure where exactly it got to from, it started getting doll customization recommendations on YouTube and binge watched a lot of them. So, because I don't do things in halves, I now have a new hobby. That sounds weird. And also because I don't know what I'm doing. Well, I mean, I kind of know what I'm doing. But yeah, so this is actually my second attempt at doing a custom doll. The first one is a Draculaura that I just didn't know how it was going to turn out. I really like how she turned out, but I don't have any pictures of her for some reason. I don't know. Probably do a Tumblr post with them or something and throw a link down in the description. But yeah. So I was like, that kind of looks like fun. And then it's kind of like, okay, but let's see, we can find some used dolls somewhere, right? And ended up buying this massive tub because someone was getting rid of some of their daughter's old toys. It was like, no, we want these out of the house. So we got a tub of 16 dolls, and this Rochelle was one of them. And she's so stinking cute. But but anyways, I didn't really go in with a plan trying to figure out what I wanted to do. All of them are in, she's in pretty good shape. Except their hair was kind of a mess, but that's fixed with, brushing and boiling water pretty much. And I didn't know what I wanted to do, but I did know that I really like this pastel, and I kind of went a little overboard on it. And again, because I have no idea what I'm doing, it turns out a little interesting. So, one is I just kind of went oh my gosh, she's so cute, look at her wings, look at her little stone speckle freckle things. Her hair is pretty awesome. I don't have to do anything to it because rerouting looks like a pain. I don't want to do it and get wig hair. Get doll hair everywhere. Because I have made 2 wigs for cosplay from loose braiding hair before, and that got everywhere. I cannot imagine what shorter hair on a doll would do. Actually, I kind of can. It'd be, again, really everywhere, but in smaller amounts. So I'm gonna put off doing that as long as I can. But before I went to take her face off, I didn't realize just how sculpted it. That's exactly what I meant to say. How kind of weird her eye shape was. That was weird. Okay. And also had no plan going in. I was just kind of I'll just go with her face. That is fine. And so she ended up with some kind of massive eyes. I was really happy because with the Draculaura that I redid, her dress was so boring. And it's and honestly, most of the dolls I got, their clothes are just really boring. So I was I don't want to make it. And her clothes also super cute. But yeah, so I had no idea what I was planning to do for her face. Or what I was doing, really. So, which is kind of obvious. I'm just kind of going maybe this, maybe that. Let's just fill in this whole eye cavity. She has very large eyes. And there's the back of my head. It was also interesting. Sorry, I just realized just how much of my head is in this video now. I'm trying to figure out how to keep everything in shot, which was a little harder than I expected. If only because I'm almost aware. But yeah. So lots of shots of the back of my head. I tried so hard. But yeah, I didn't know what I was going into. I just kind of wanted her to match her hair. And I decided about halfway through that I wanted to give her like a lopsided like smirk off to one side, and it didn't quite. And in the end, I dumped enough paint and stuff on it, it was fine, but it took a while to get to that point. But yeah. And I discovered that I need to have plans. And also, you'll see that she has an okay face at this point. And, it's like, okay. So, like, okay, I'll water down some white and use it to, make the whites of her eyes better. And then I made a mistake and I put in some pink. And then I added more pink. And more pink. And I basically covered everything I spent so much time doing in pencil for her eyes in paint. And while it's kind of okay, well, I do still like her. I'm probably going to take her face off sooner rather than later and redo it because she's staring into your soul. She's staring into my soul and your soul. Also, I discovered that I actually had pink paint, so I didn't have to, pink acrylic, so I didn't have to dump watercolor in. And I was like, oh, that's what, this is not a red, it is a magenta. Magenta is pink, but yeah. Here's when I went overboard. And yeah. It was also kind of fun trying to put the pastel on her face because I'm actually really bad at putting makeup on. So I'm like, wait, how does this go? But yeah, I'm just watching and being like, yep, and there's where it ended up going. Yep, and here's her accessories. And I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do with them because they have so much little details, but you can't see them. So I was just like, okay, I'm gonna paint them to match. So they're gonna be pink and black. And for the shoes, that was pretty easy. Just take a tiny little brush and put a little bit of slightly watered down pink on all the swirly bits. And go back with black. For the rest of them, it was a little more interesting. I was going to, and then I realized I could be lazy, but at first I was going to just take pieces and, individually paint over parts of it. And then I realized that I could just water down pink paint and then put it in there and brush it off. And not only did it look better, but it was way faster. It even kind of worked for the headband, which I was not expecting. It's also what I did for the back of her heel, because I didn't know what to do for it. And yeah. So yeah, her accessories and stuff, cute. Her face, alright. I like it more now than I did, but I'm just still looking at every little thing I did wrong and where I went wrong. And the biggest one is that I really need to plan out what I'm doing for the face first, before I do anything, and not just kind of going like, I'm gonna color. It also doesn't help that I was rather impatient and I didn't want to wait for Mr. Super Clear to get here, so I used a Krylon So I just didn't want to buy extra supplies at first when I didn't know what I was doing. So I used some sealant I had around. I'm pretty sure it was like a Krylon UV matte or something. It's UV resistant clear, I think, whatever. Which worked okay, but I'm thinking it didn't give much for the pencils and such to grab onto. And here's where I take off and realize that now she has hella styled bangs. And also that I'd forgotten to do her ears. Are they ears? I don't actually watch any of the Monster High or Ever After High. I just think the dolls are cute. So I'm like, I don't know, are they, I think they're ears. They're not horns, they have earring holes. And so I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna attack. But yeah, so I have a can of an MSC now, and I will try to not cover all of my work in paint again. So sometime in the next few weeks, I have plans for a Toralei doll that is going to end up Starfire because she is my favorite. Anyone who's seen me at conventions has probably heard this rant. She's my baby. But yeah, so Starfire's next. Rochelle is cute. She's getting a new face. Probably soon. But yeah, so here's putting everything back in. I don't know how to keep things in camera shot. I tried. And then, here's how she finished up without her wings. And yeah, so for my second attempt, I think she's turned out pretty good. And I even tried to take pictures, which made me realize that I don't know how to do that. But yes, see, I had a little photo shoot. It was actually pretty fun, except that I didn't crop the photos right, so when I'm editing this, it's just like, nope, that's not the perspective you're in. But yeah, despite many, many flaws, I think she turned out pretty cute. And yeah, thanks for watching. I post a video every Saturday and Wednesday, and I have links to all my social media below.